We have capacitors. Let's crack on. Hello and welcome to another MrBetaByte video, and this one's a little bit different insofar as we're just doing a quick update on the Sony C6 from Christmas. I did rush through it quite a bit just to get it out for Christmas, so Xavier could see that it was done for Christmas, because this repair is his Christmas present from his wife. So that's really cool. But I did cheat with 3 of the caps, the 0.47 caps. So I've now restocked. Very, very quick turnaround, to be honest. Yeah, I will change those. And the reason I'm changing them partly is because I do have a tracking issue. Now the heads are really, really good on this machine, but looking at the image, when the tracking is in the center position, I've got noise, but either side is absolutely fine. So yeah, it just needed those caps changed first before I look at the alignment, because of course I removed the upper drum as well, the upper head drum units. So yeah, that could also be an issue, but I want to make sure that the servo is spot on first, because I mean those caps are critical. I do also need to dust out the underneath here, to clean out from the power supply, which I probably won't show, to be honest, because that's pretty boring. But the other problem I've got is ejects. I just have a real problem with this, and it's so shiny. I mean, it's really, really shiny, which probably isn't helping things. I cleaned it, and I don't know, it shouldn't be that shiny. I mean, there's a brand new tyre on there. Lacing is fine, but unlacing, it's just, you know, I give it a little bit of a help, and it is enough to get it to drive. So yeah, we'll have a look at that as well, and just see if we can improve things. So let's crack on. The other thing we had to do is change the plug, because you remember the original plug, even though it passed a PAT test, amazingly, it was actually a totally illegal plug. So right plug on there. What was odd about it as well is it also had a 10 amp fuse in there, which is a really odd value, to be honest. I mean, they are available, those fuses, but not off the shelf, and this cable is certainly not 10 amp. Arguably it's 5 amp, but this is 3 amp, because I mean the video recorder is not even an amp. So yeah, 3 amp is absolutely fine and will do the trick. But yeah, how bizarre. So let's change out these parallel caps for the right values. Let's crack on. That is much better. Okay, so let's give it a test and place a bets now on what this will be like. I have a feeling it's going to be no different. Yeah, it's no different. So tracking left, tracking right, but center tracking, yeah, it's all over the place. Okay, so time to look at that upper drum. So I've got problems with this eject. There we go. Have a look at that in a bit. Okay, so what I've done is I've loosened off slackened off the two Allen bolts and just tried to sort of give it a wiggle. But I think what I did wrong is this one was really, really tight, and this one wasn't that tight at all. I just think it was slightly distorted how that was tightened. You almost need to torque these exactly the same. So yeah, let's give it a try. Yeah, I mean, it's still no better, to be fair. In fact, I seem to have made it worse. Oh, maybe, oh, I was going to say, maybe not, but... And the manual actually says nothing about aligning the top section of the drum. I know there's all this thing about, oh, put a score line in so you can line it back up. But I don't know, maybe on these older ones you do need to do that. With a single Allen bolts, like directly in the back, I don't think that's an issue. Maybe I'll have another little look. Okay, so I thought I'd have a look at this lacing and unlacing, or rather just the unlacing issue. Remove the assembly that has the tape end sensor, and all I've done, I've taken this off and just moved it backwards and forwards, and it seemed like somehow something was stopping it, but it's not now. I don't know. I don't know quite what was going on. Maybe when I put this back in, I didn't quite seat it correctly, or don't know. It's all a bit smoke and mirrors, really, to be honest. But it's running absolutely fine now. I've tried it a few times. I mean, I suppose the real test will be when it's off for a while and come back and have another go. I have roughed this up a little bit as well. It was incredibly shiny, but to be fair, I mean, I say it's incredibly shiny. It wasn't so shiny that when I pushed this against here fairly gently, it didn't unlace, but still. Perfect. Okay, so I've pretty well sorted out the tracking issue. A very slight tweak for the capstan speed, tiniest of tweaks, and that was enough just to bring it back. So tracking center now, bring it back. You can see it comes in quite a way towards the left, right, just a tiny bit creeping in at the furthest right. I did also adjust the tracking center. It's as far as it will go, to be honest, but it was pretty close to that as it was. Check the drum free speed as well, that's fine. So yeah, really pleased with that. So I think what I'll do now is I'll get it back together and give it a bit of a run, put a few tapes through it, and we should be good to go. So, a bit more on this unlacing issue. The wire from the motor, this is when I must have taken this out, and I remember this now being an issue. The wire goes under here, round here, and should go through that little clip there. It wasn't, it was actually under there, and it was fouling you can see the arm there just coming out. Which is all part of the unlacing, lacing mechanism. So, yeah, it was just the wire was just fouling the fouling that. So that's good. That should, I'm hoping now, I've well and truly got it sorted. I'm still not overly convinced this thick silicone grease that I'm using is actually that great. I think I might have to use a thicker grease. Let me know of a modern grease that you're using on mechanisms that you found doesn't creep and is good. It'd be really useful. Very much appreciated. Okay, so let's get this back together. It's actually not too dusty under here, but I'll give it a clean anyway. That's a bit better. Let's crack on. So there we have it. It's actually working really, really well, and very, very pleased. You can hear the sound there. Furthest left, furthest right. It's really, really good. We'll try the pause. You know, I mean, it's got a noise bar, but that's not bad for just a basic two-head machine at all. So yeah, so I think I'm just going to put the top on it now. They've cleaned everything, well, good. Let's try this eject. Look at that, so silky smooth now. Just literally that wire. I can't believe I forgot about that, although it's been a while, I suppose. But yeah, it's just that routing of the wire when I took the motor out to put the belt on. It's just fouling the assembly. So yeah, brilliant. That's great. I just must make a mental note of that. I mean, we've got other C6 to do just now, so see if I remember for that one, and you can rag me in the comments if I don't. So with that, I hope you enjoyed this this one, and be great if you'd like, and a subscribe is fantastic as well. It's free. I don't know why people say that, but it is. Anyway, yeah. Hopefully I will see you in another video. Look forward to it. Bye for now.
Each Kellogg's Rice Krispie is carbohydrate crammed.
To help keep you going through lunch.
They're 99%.
Fat-free.
So even this little exercise
Is good for you.
Kellogg's Rice Krispies. Much more than snap,
Crackle.